that this team will be a work in progress and has a lot to work on. We've seen some positives and have a lot of things to get better at, and I think we saw that tonight. We're really pleased in general that it was a total team effort. Everybody in double figures. I thought everybody contributed and did some really positive things. I think you go down the stat sheet, and obviously stats don't always tell the story. But Damien Harris doesn't score, and I actually thought he was a difference in the game. I thought he was a tremendous presence for us on both ends. His ability to pass the basketball, even though he wasn't credited with an assist, just leads to positive things offensively. Defensively, obviously with 5 blocks, he was a real presence. Grabbed 6 rebounds, and I think as we move forward, this is kind of how this team will be. Maybe he didn't score tonight, but he was still a huge impact for us. R.J. Slauson comes off the bench. Again, I keep talking about 7 and 8 possible starters. I think that's a great example. I mean, there's no question. You saw what he can do tonight, almost a double-double. Obviously, as a team, we've got things that we've got to get better at. We know rebounding is a concern, and some of that's because defensively we had a lot of lapses, which you're going to have in your first game, and led to easy rebounds for them. But and credit Kentucky Western. I thought they played really hard, especially down the stretch there. And we've got to take care of the ball better. Again, those numbers are a little misleading. I think we had 4 inside the last 2 minutes when they went against pressure. That's my fault. We haven't worked against that very much, by design, because we've been focusing on other things. We've had some guys, and I think Braden Williams got the ball one time and just took off running. There were 3 people standing right there. I mean, those things are going to happen for newcomers in an exhibition game. But all in all, I think you take some positives from it. We shot the ball extremely well. I don't know if we're going to go 10 for 19 from the 3 every game. If we do, it sure will help. But I think we showed that with this system and this team that we've got an opportunity to make shots and guys that can at least do it. So that's a positive. So we'll take the positives and try to build on those, and any of the negatives are things that we're just going to have to spend time on and keep getting better at.
Darren, your initial impressions of Anthony Gill in the game set?
Yeah, I mean, my impressions are, I probably just hit play every time I get asked that question this year. My impressions are he's done what I've seen him do since the first time I ever saw the kid play. He just goes out and plays, makes a key play here or there that looks really good. And, you're not really sure how Grady played, and you look down the stat sheet and he's got numbers. He's just a producer. That's what he does. I thought he was terrific on the offensive glass in that stretch early in the first half. He missed more putbacks, I think, in the college game, first game jitters, and about a 5-minute stretch, and I've seen him miss it 2.5 years of watching him play. So, but I think he's going to be a really good player for us, and he did some really good things tonight.
Darren, you mentioned the 3-point shooting. Was that kind of by design because you guys were hitting a lot, or did you just kind of want to see what the outside would look like before you started going inside?
Well, I think we actually established ourselves inside in terms of getting the ball inside. Again, we missed a lot of easy ones early. First play of the game, we go into Damien. I thought he made a really strong, aggressive move. It just didn't go in. But so I think we established good inside things in terms of getting the ball in there and getting the ball in the paint. Really some of those came in transition, which was a positive sign there in the second half. And so, that was a really good thing to see as well. And so, it's with this group, I think it's going to be, we want to take what we can get, and we really feel like whether it's a 4-man like R.J. trailing or Anthony driving, or we posted Malik Cook inside. He made a good move, just didn't go in. I thought he got hit and didn't get the call, or it's Damien Leonard or Brent Williams. We just kind of want to play, and I think our guys are confident in each other, and that's why you see. 14 assists, 23 buckets, first time out. It's a pretty good number, pretty good ratio for that. So I think those things are positives for us right now.
Coach, talk a little bit about what you thought of Lakeen's play at point tonight.
I thought there were some really good things. Obviously, there's going to be things that we need to work on. Again, we've got to take care of the ball better as a team, as a whole. I'm not nearly as focused on one individual with that as I am our team. We didn't have anybody with a positive assist turnover ratio except Carlton Gathers. I wonder if that'll happen again this year. And so I think that that it was a team thing as a whole. I thought he did a good job of trying to get us in our stuff and then play the way a point guard needs to play, and then try to make others better. And he's going to continue to get better like all of our guys will.
Do you feel like Malik's buzzer beater before the half put some life back into the team before the second half?
I think it did. I think we looked like it was our first game out with a lot of new guys early on. I think him making that shot. Again, that was a play, for example, that, Lakeem made where, we hadn't worked on that. We told him, get Lakeem a ball screen, Lakeem find somebody just kind of on the fly while he walked by me there at the end with 4 point whatever it was on the clock. And, he finds Malik, and I think Malik knocking that down, and I think it helped. And not just because we got the lead, but just, really any time that happens, I think guys get excited about it and feed off of it.
Darren, anything in particular that RJ has improved on since last year that you've seen him? Obviously he's getting more time now to kind of show what he can do. What have you seen from him in practice that has made him a particular better player in your mind?
I think the biggest thing with RJ is that he's a sophomore, not a freshman. The biggest part of that is strength and confidence. He made some plays tonight that are plays that freshmen you don't make as a freshman. That he's able to make as a sophomore because he's stronger, because he's more confident. I think fundamentally speaking, he's always been able to shoot the basketball, but I think he's better at being ready to shoot, understanding, when, stepping into it, all of those little things that lead to more made shots, which he did a good job of tonight for us.
Darren, I think Demontre might have got a cut above his eyes. It looks serious, anything like that?
It looks serious, but it's not. Blood on the floor. Looked pretty rough, but it's just a cut. I think the trainer said he'd be fine. And, Demontre's a pretty tough kid too. He can take a hit.
Was it nice to see your team be very resilient in the second half and be so dominant just to start off and obviously put the game out of reach?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I ever felt like it was out of reach, especially there at the end. We turned it over a few times, they knocked one down, but I think the biggest thing with this team is we just want to keep focusing on playing the next play. Control what you can control. That's your attitude, that's your effort, that's being fighters. Just being fighters, whether it's going your way, whether it's not going your way. Early in the half, it was that message in a positive way. We just got to keep playing, and then when we got up, it was that message in a maybe not so positive way that we can't let up. And I think that's what makes good teams. And that's a trait that comes more often through experience because you've been through it and you understand it. But it's one that we value, and that we're going to try to teach these guys. And that I think tonight they did do a good job of all things considered.
Damien kind of stuck on the three-point line there. Was that maybe by design, or are you going to have to maybe encourage him to go and drive for the basket a little more?
I think he'll adjust to making reads. We actually didn't run a play, but an option off of what we're doing, and said, hey, let's look for him there in the second half. And I think he felt like, I'm going to get this one off, and the guy slid through the screen and was there, and he got it blocked. Those are things that are going to come with experience. I thought he drove the ball really well one time in the first half. That led to something positive. I don't think we scored, but it led to something positive and broke the defense down. And he'll figure out that college teams are going to say, do not leave him open and run at him, and he'll learn how to pick his spots, and because he can definitely do it. But again, I think we saw tonight that the great strength that we all love about him is that he always thinks the next one's going in, and the brighter those lights, I think the better he's going to be.
In regard to Damien, bigger picture for him beyond tonight, just what does he kind of need to improve on in order to kind of get over that early freshman hurdle?
Yeah, I don't know. I think in some ways it's almost unfair to assess that, after one game, and everybody needs to get better at some stuff. I think the things that he needs to learn and grow in are the things that all freshmen do. Talking on defense, staying disciplined defensively, reading things offensively, because guys are a little bit bigger and longer and more athletic and some of that stuff. But that's going to come. The one thing that's been great about him is, as I've mentioned several times, he's been a real pleasant surprise, and that his work ethic is tremendous. He's extremely coachable. All of those things. He's trying to be a good teammate. He learns. He really sees the game very well. He had a situation tonight where he actually saw something first and alerted the other guys of it in a defensive situation. I mean, he's got all of that, but like all guys, he's going to have to develop and continue to learn and grow.
Anybody else?
Thank you.